What it is, what it do, cyber world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is Ash Brown Uncensored. On this show, I talk a little bit about everything. It may be pop culture related, but it's probably Ash Brown related. So you got to stay tuned to see what I'm going to talk about. All right, so I was having a conversation with a good up friend of mine, and it just came, we were talking about, our childhoods and, being kids and all these different things. And I was not a bad child. I was not a bad child at all. I never had behavioral issues. If there were ever any issues, it was usually someone bullying me. I got bullied a lot. Or me not applying myself. And I definitely could see that now. From hindsight is 2020, But I was never a problem. I was never a problem. None of us, honestly, not the three of us, none of us were problems for my mom because she knew her kids. And for me, I would have to say I was very much self-content. And when I say self-content, meaning I was content with my doggone self. Okay. And I didn't necessarily need to be in social situations with other people. And my mom, I remember she was always really concerned about me being just a self-contented person. And she was like, oh my gosh, why are you so antisocial? She would literally force me into interactions with other kids because she didn't want me to, she didn't want me to isolate. And I think that she was thinking long term, this kid needs to be socialized with other kids so that, she won't be necessarily left behind from her peers emotionally, I believe. And I'm just pretty much pulling from my memories. And so she would always try to put me in social situations. And it's like, for my brother and sister, they were very social kids. They love children. They love playing and all the things. And I love to play with other children as well. But I was always most content on my own, by myself. So I remember my mom putting me in social situations with other kids and me being like, I don't want to deal with people, mama. I just want to let me stay here with my music. I'm listening to all my little CDs and stuff. Just let me just be in my own little world. She's like, no, you're going to go and socialize with these kids. It was like a chore for me, y'all. It was a chore for me because she really, and I feel like a lot of stuff that she saw as being a problem later on in life for us were things that she took personally. She felt if I wasn't necessarily, I don't know how to phrase that, but she really was concerned about me not being social with other people. And I was just on the stem of, oh, mama, what? People is problems. people is trouble. People is problems. Let me stay here in my little circle. And I'll never forget, I was 8 years old and I was in Girl Scouts and she made me go to this camp. It's Girl Scout camp for a week. And my birthday is always spring break. And it was spring break week. I knew from a very young age, I am not for the forest, y'all. I am not a nature person. No. Where's the hotel? Where we gonna? Where's the doggone resort? Get my suite ready. Make sure the bubble bath is on point. I was 8, and I remember begging her down, please, mama, please. I really do not want to go. I just want to spend my birthday with y'all. She's like, no, you're gonna love it. Da 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 da. I hated camp. For that reason, that one experience, honestly, I have thought about from time to time. And yeah, it was a very terrible experience living outside in nature. Now, we were in a cabin. We did stay in a cabin and checking each other every night for lice and for, what is the other thing? For lice and also for the bloodsucker, whichever one that is. I forget what their name is, but ticks. Yes, ticks. So we're checking each other every night for ticks and lice and all that stuff. And just being out in nature, I just don't like the feel of it, y'all. I'm like, where's the air conditioning? Oh my goodness. You know, all of this extra hydration to my hair is going to be a problem. And I think in that moment, I knew that I was just not necessarily a people person. If I had a choice between staying by my doggone self or going and integrating with other people, I would always pick being by my doggone self. And that's just, it's not a character flaw. It's not a flaw at all. It's just me being myself. And I even remember before my brother and sister were born, I remember playing by myself with my toys. Me and my toys. We're just having fun time. And my poor mama probably was like, oh my gosh, my child is going to be such an outcast to the world. But it wasn't that, mama. It was just, that's just me. That's just me. And at the end of the day, good experiences overall, lessons taken from all of that. But it is so interesting to see how life can really show you a lot about yourself. And I'm grateful for the experiences. And I know exactly what not to do. I know exactly what not to do now. So it is what it is. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support of me, of course. And of course, The Ash Suddett Show, available on all podcasting platforms, darling. Thank you for all of the downloads. Over 2,000 plus episodes since 2014. Self-produced, on the road, in bathrooms, in flight. I've recorded over 2,000 episodes, which is insane. And none of these episodes has ever been recorded in anybody's studio but my own. Or my makeshift studios, which sometimes is like the linen closet. But that's a whole nother story within itself. Completely different story. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And have a great, wonderful, fantastical, purposeful, prosperous week ahead. And I will holler at y'all later. Deuces.